Welcome to the Legacy Builders Masterclass. My name is Kevin Melnick, and I'm with my business partner, Adam Charon.
Hey, everyone.
And we're going to walk you through the exact business that we've been using over the last few years that has basically given us a life of freedom where we can travel and do what we want, when we want. And we're going to jump right into the presentation here and get started. So let's get moving. All right, so welcome to the Legacy Builders Masterclass. So a little bit of housekeeping right out of the gates. Find a quiet place for 90 minutes. So we're going to try to get through this as fast as we can. There's a lot of information. So make sure you have a pen and paper to take notes. So the whole purpose of this webinar is to book a discovery call at the end to find out if you and I are in alignment, okay? So this is an apprenticeship program. We're gonna teach you the skills and walk you through each step as you're starting your business. So we wanna make sure that you are a good investment of our time, as well as we are a good investment of your time. So synergy is super, super important here. So if you have any questions or concerns or anything you wanna ask at the end, please write those down because we will get them on your discovery call. So no distractions, no kids, no pets, turn your TV off, put your phone on silent. Please take this seriously. Some of the information here you're gonna learn can dramatically change your life if you put it into practice. So you're here for a reason. Let's respect each other's time, no distractions, and let's really give this the best shot with an open mind. So take the skepticism, put it on the shelf. Okay, we've all been skeptics at some point in our life. If this is the first time looking into an online business, everything is new. And the easiest way to push something away is just to create doubt and be a skeptic about it. But skepticism doesn't pay. And you're not here because you just wanted to take a look at something. You're here because you want to make a change. So have an open mind. We've all been in your position before. We know how it is. It's all good. And let's be honest, if you want to take that skepticism and bring it back into your life at the end of this, that's all good. But just for the time being, let's throw that away. Let's have an open mind and let's learn. So.
Right on. So let's talk about why you're here. Chances are that you're feeling overworked and underpaid. I know that for myself, being in construction and the oil field for 14 years, that's exactly how I felt. I was working 12 to 16-hour days, trading my time for money, paying most of my money to the government, which we'll talk about later on. But really, embrace this, that what we're going through here. And if you're feeling overworked and underpaid, then you're going to find that this is a really great deal for you.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you want more time freedom. I worked at Harley Davidson for a really long time, and every sunny day I was at work. And as you move through your life, and you start getting into your late 20s and into your 30s, you start to realize that your time, your ability to travel, your ability to hang out with your kids and sleep in every day is worth way more than any dollar amount that anyone is going to give you. So if you're looking for more time freedom, this is exactly where you need to be.
Absolutely. And not only that, but you want to find purpose in your life, right? I know that when I was working for someone else, all I was doing was existing to make a paycheck. There was no purpose for it. And even when I started my own small construction business, I still didn't feel like I had a purpose. And there was such a low ceiling on my income that it was very difficult for me to keep moving forward.
Yes. And, we all want to have impact on the world. Like, none of us want to get to our end of our life and go, yeah, someone else could have basically done what I did. Right? You want to leave something behind. You want your existence to mean something. And this generally happens a little later in life. You start to realize that going to work, and like Adam was saying, grinding day in, day out, basically repeating a day just to survive is not the way to live. Like, you were not born to go to work, pay bills, and die.
No, and it's, and realistically, it's also not fair for your family. So you want to give your family a better future. If you end up passing away and you have tons of debt and you've been working your life away the whole time, well, guess who takes on that burden, right? It's your family, it's your kids. I myself have a wife and 2 children, and it wasn't fair to them that I was always at work and just getting by. I want to leave something, a legacy for them.
Absolutely. And there's, something that I want to touch on here is, in order for you to give your family a better future, you might have to be the first one to do things differently. which means going outside your comfort zone and facing that dragon instead of leaving it for your kids to face down the road, right? Like the whole reason why we do things outside the box is so our kids don't go through the same struggles, the same limiting beliefs, the same financial downfalls that a lot of us came from. I know me personally, you know, my parents struggled. I never went to college, university. So in order for me to give my family a better life, I had to be the first one, you know, to just to bear that unknown and to really go for it and to create the income security. You know, like my dad retired as battalion chief of the Vancouver Fire Department, and as of about 3 months ago was still working part-time. And you know, I'm doing multiple six figures a year from my own house, and I have 1,200 people around the world that help me pay my bills. This is true income security if you have knowledge that's relevant today and being able to pass it on to other people that want to learn.
Absolutely. And one of the other great things that we have here is to be part of a community. I don't know about you, but when I was in the oil field and construction, although I did make a lot of good friends, it was a very negative environment. So being part of a community that is constantly pushing you, that wants you to reach your full potential, that celebrates your successes, there's nothing like it in the world. And we're going to show you a little bit in the community further on in the presentation here.
Yeah, we are supposed to be in tribes of, you know, 100 to 150 people. And most people, well, ask yourself right now, are you the only person paying your bills right now? Is it just you and your wife against the entire world? Right? So when you're a part of a community, you're no longer by yourself. You have support. You have people to lean on. If there's an issue or an obstacle, you can ask someone else that has already been through it. Hey, how do I get through this so I don't make the same mistakes you did? So our community is really the reason why we are such a successful group. And like Adam said, we are going to show you our actual community in a bit here. All right, so this is by far the best slide of this whole entire process. The biggest scams you've ever been told in your life, the pyramid scheme that you are in right now, which is called a job, okay? So doing well in school is gonna get you a good job. No, it won't. It will get you a job that will pay the bills and you will be in survival mode for the majority of your life. This is something that a lot of us, we grew up in, a lot of us without internet until, you know, later in high school. And that was what you did is, hey, go to school, get a good job, get good grades, go to college, university, and guess what? You're going to be set. And that is just, that's a big scam.
Yeah, it is. And you know, that may have been really relevant in the industrial age, you know, back in the 60s, 70s, but we're in a totally different era now, right? We're in the digital or information age. So, you know, going to school and you'll get a good job doesn't really cut it anymore. And then when you do get a job, what do they want you to do? Work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire on 40% of your income. Does that sound like a good plan to anyone here? I doubt it, right? It is one of the biggest scams that there is out there, right? And again, it did work in the industrial age, but we, you know, with inflation and the cost of living now, you know, we see the cost of living going up, like skyrocketing, and the wages are not catching up. Companies are not paying more, right? So you need to think outside the box, and we're going to show you how to do that.
And we get, you know, I got dirty hands, but clean money, and trading my time for money. It's good, honorable work, and all that sort of stuff. Sure, man. If that makes you feel great, that's awesome. But your kids, they want their dad home. They want their mom home. They want to be able to travel. You want to be able to travel. Like I said, no one signs up for the 40-40-40 plan. It's just something that we fall into because we don't really have any direction. Trading time for money is a really good way for you to break down physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Then you get to the point where you just give up and you settle. And that is the worst thing that you can do. And 40-40-40 plan, getting a good job and going to school is going to put you into this trading time for money sort of mindset. And again, if you're stuck in there, that's probably one of the reasons why you're here right now.
Yeah. And then, you know, then we can go into saving your money is a good thing. So maybe you are working 40 hours a week for, 40 years and you end up able to save some money. Well, this is the thing about saving money. With inflation skyrocketing right now, $1,000 a year ago is not doing anything for you this year, right? $1,000 a year ago, you could have bought a lot of stuff. $1,000 in today's economy is not doing nearly as much. And what is it going to do next year? What is it going to do in 5 years? So if you've got money sitting in a savings account, which people are telling you to do, it's not a good thing. And we're going to show you how to invest in yourself and invest in business, and you'll be able to actually make huge returns.
Yes. And, you know, we hear this online, everything online is a scam. It was just hilarious because I look at jobs, I go, every job's a scam. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we are living in the digital age. You watch TV on Netflix, you order things from Amazon, you've taken Uber. I mean, when do you not reach for your phone to do things in today's day and age? Everything is moving online. Like, I can unlock my Denali, I can open my garage door, I can turn my TV on, I can set the, you know, the timer on my coffee pot, all through technology. So this is what we're really calling when we say leverage. So, you know, a lot of people say online businesses are a scam, but it's because they just don't understand it. So again, we're going to go over this in detail and show you exactly what we do and how we do it.
Absolutely. And then we can go into listen to the government because they have your best interests in mind. I'm sure more and more people are starting to realize today that that is not true. Like we're coming into the age where all the baby boomers are about to go and try and take all of the retirement money, right? We don't even know if it's going to be there because there is tens of millions of people about to all go into retirement at the same time, hoping that the government was smart with their money so that they can start taking it back.
Yeah.
Gonna happen. I mean, we don't know, right? It's about to happen soon, the next 5 to 10 years. So listening to the government, I don't believe is a very good way to do it. They are not going to take care of you. And if you're expecting them to, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble in the coming days here.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's like, just take a look at the last couple of years. You know, some of the biggest pension funds in the entire globe have been dwindled down to nothing. I had a lead of mine say that a lot of the guys retiring are getting $300 a week. A week. Can you imagine working 40 years of your life for $300 a week, like $1,200 a month? Like, you're not getting anywhere. Like, it is literally a recipe for disaster, which is why it's one of the biggest scams. And then medical institutions are meant to keep you healthy. I don't even think I mentioned this, right? Like, take a look at the world right now. It has literally been flipped upside down. And when you see our product, after you book your discovery call, you're going to go and see our products. This is something that you've never heard before. And when you see our product that's been around for almost 50 years, the reason why you've never heard of it is because the big pharmaceutical companies own North America, right? You pay your medical insurance, you go get sick, they pump you full of drugs. And the number one cause of death in the entire world, guess what it is? It's not cancer. It's not diabetes. It's not heart disease. It's death by medication. Going to the doctor, getting blood pressure medication or getting whatever, and dying from it. So, like, don't put your faith in the government. Put your faith in yourself. Learn something that's valuable in today's day and age and find other people that want to do that with you. All right, so what does freedom actually mean? So the definition of freedom means that you are safe from an outside power controlling you. So for us, Adam and I, we didn't get touched by the global pandemic. In fact, it actually increased our business because everybody wanted to move online. People were losing their jobs or losing their money. They had nowhere to go. They were stuck inside. They had no education outside of either their formal education from school or their work experience. And that doesn't transition over. So you had to look for other people that already had the skills. Well, guess what? We have those skills. We've been doing it for years. So if you are being controlled by the government or a job or your boss or anything outside of your control, are you really free? Okay, so we're gonna have some fun with this one. Common objection. So this one, please take this as as serious but as lightly as possible. But I mean, we're gonna give it to you straight here because these are the biggest objections that hold people back from their greatness. And the number one is I have no money and I have bad credit. And when we hear this, it means I'm not willing to go outside my comfort zone to do anything outside of what I can afford. And if you don't have the money right now, or if you're broke and you can only do things that you can afford, then, like, where do you go? right? You're gonna have to stretch. You're gonna have to go outside your comfort zone. You're gonna have to budget. If your mom was in the hospital and needed 10 grand for open heart surgery, are you saying that you couldn't come up with the money? Of course not. It comes down to priority. So our goal is to show you a plan, to show you a destination, to chart a course there. And once you can see it, then it becomes a higher priority. Then you make it happen. And this is, with all the love in the world, but no one cares more about your life than you do. So if you're not willing to go outside your comfort zone, you are literally going to be leaving all of the problems and stresses to your kids. And of course, that's not why we're here.
Absolutely. And, the next one too is I'm too busy or I work too much. Well, when I started this business, I was still running my small decking construction business, and I was working, no joke, 70 hours a week. Right. And, so when someone tells me, well, I work 40 hours, I commute 1 hour each way, and then I've got kids at home, and I just don't have time for an online business. I don't have time to learn new skills. Well, if you don't take the time to learn new skills, you will never get your time back. Never. You'll never have freedom. You'll never be able to walk your kids to school. You'll never be able to play golf in the middle of the week. You'll never be able to do any of the things that you want to do. So you need to make this a priority so that you can find the time and eventually have the freedom that you deserve and desire.
And then we get my spouse thinks it's a scam. And with all due respect to your beautiful spouses out there, is if they are not educated and they don't know anything about online businesses, don't take advice from them, right? You don't take advice from an overweight person on how to get in shape. You don't take financial advice or investment advice from a broke person. So with all due respect, don't take advice from someone who doesn't have any education on it. If you're willing to open your mind and look at the information, awesome. If you're willfully blind, which means you have the opportunity to check something out, but you just put it off and you're just a super skeptic, then with all due respect, no one can help you. So if your wife thinks it's a scam or your husband thinks it's a scam, then show them this information after. And together, we will all get to the desired result. And really, at the end of the day, the education is really going to offset the skepticism.
Absolutely. And the next one I really wanted to cover, because I'm not a tech guy, is not an excuse. Like I said, I was in construction oil field. I barely knew how to use the phone in my pocket, let alone a laptop and run marketing campaigns and stuff like that. But I was able to learn. And if you're in construction, saying I'm not a tech guy is an excuse. How many different tools do you know how to use? How many pieces of equipment do you know how to use? How many times have you learned new angles and new cuts and all these different little things? Like, I used to learn something new almost every day in construction. Same with the oil field, new tools all the time, right? I never said, oh, I can't learn how to run a saw. I don't know how to swing a hammer. I don't know how to operate this piece of equipment. I just learned, right? So saying I'm not a tech guy is just a terrible excuse.
Yeah, and the thing is this is made simply, man. This is meant for 10-year-old kids and 80-year-old grandmas. So if you're between 20 and 50 years old, saying you're not a tech guy, you're not giving yourself enough credit. And if you're not a tech guy and you're not willing to learn that, then you're literally going to be living in the past and your life is going to suck. Okay. If you're not willing to learn tech, I'm telling you, man, you're going to be, spiraling downhill really, really quick. And we get kids take up all of my time, and it's like, with all due respect, you're going to have to sacrifice. And a lot of people go, well, man, I just want to hit a button. I want to, invest some money. It's like, listen, your income will be a direct reflection on your own personal growth, which means you're going to have to find the time. And as your kids are growing older, you're going to want to spend more time with them. I don't have kids. Adam has kids. I don't have kids. But one of the biggest fears I had was getting into or having kids and not being able to spend time with them and be able to do the things I wanted to. I remember being at home waiting for my dad to come home at 7:00 at night because he was gone in the morning and gone at night. And it's like, in order for you to have the time freedom, you're going to have to find a way to make small sacrifices in order to get ahead.
100%. And, me having kids as well and already working 70 hours a week, it was tough. I'll be honest. I had to have a talk with my wife. We had to sit down, and I just said, listen, yes, I only have a couple hours at night when I get home with them. But if I don't do this, then that's all I'll ever have. right? And I wasn't willing to do that. I wanted more time with my kids. So I sacrificed a little bit of time in the beginning so that I could make sure that I had time with them as they grew up. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we don't get that much time with them. If you have kids and they had a birthday recently, you probably thought to yourself, I remember when they were born. I can't believe how much they're growing. I can't believe that time is flying by so fast. And that's going to keep happening. So finding the time to put into a business and learn new skills is going to get you your time back.
And then we get fear of failure. Failure is normal, but you got to ask yourself a really hard question. Are you succeeding right now? Because when I was in the oil field, every day I felt like I was failing a little bit. I wasn't happy. I wasn't where I wanted to be. I didn't have what I wanted. I didn't have time freedom. I had no center of influence. I felt like I was a failure. So do you want to prolong this failure and then fail massively at the end of your life? Or do you want to bear the beast, take on the burden now, do small little failures with a team of people that can support you and grow? Every failure is a chance for growth. Grow a little stronger, a little stronger, a little stronger, a little stronger, right? In bodybuilding, you go to failure to push the muscle past the point that it's already been. Why? For new growth. So failure is a good thing, and failure inside of a community is going to be able to get you up and not just get smashed down into oblivion, which is going to happen if you prolong this down the road, because things are not going to get easier for you if you don't take action. Okay, so let's get into a bit of a story here. Okay, so we've covered basically why you're here, got rid of the money objections, the time objections. We're looking for people that have open minds. So let's show you how I got started in this business. I have been doing this for 6 years. And at the beginning, I did it the old traditional way. I loved Harley Davidson. It is exactly the way you think it would be working there. There's dogs coming in all the time and burnouts and people are high-fiving you. It's just an amazing place to work. This is my beautiful girlfriend, Laura, and here we are in a big team photo. We met at Harley Davidson, fell in love there. As you can see, we were crushing sales. So she's an amazing sales lady herself. But I had Monday, Tuesday off. She would have Wednesday, Thursday off. So there was always someone at the dealership because we didn't want to split deals. We wanted to make as much money as we can. That was really our goal. But the problem is every single sunny day we were working. We never got to see each other on our days off. It was a seasonal job. So we would work from, March till, let's say, September. And then we would starve all through the wintertime. So after 5 years of this, I was like, that's it, man. Like, I'm not doing this thing anymore. And I made a change. I pulled out my life savings. So I was always saving away. I was always a good saver. I was never the type of guy that overspent because I knew at some point in my life I was going to need to do something. So I spent over $11,000. Now, this is just for the training. This isn't my my mortgage, my car payments, my electricity, my food, my clothes, everything else you spend in 6 months. So I probably spent about $30,000 getting trained up to go to the oil field. Everyone told me it was a sure thing. My dad, my uncles, everyone around me said, hey, man, go to the oil field. You're going to have a lot of work. Oh, it's going to be great. You're going to make lots of money. Save it away. Like, everyone told me to go do this. Well, I got trained up. I did the course. I went up to Fort Hills in the middle of northern Alberta in minus 40-degree weather. Literally living behind bars, living out of a suitcase. And this is the fakest smile I've ever done in my life. And I remember sending this picture to Laura, and she was like, hey, how you doing? And she sent me a picture of herself smiling. I sent her this picture back, and I was miserable. I was literally on the verge of breaking down every single day. There was literally 3 inches of ice on the window every single morning. There was just nothing there. There's no life. You know what I mean? Like, I actually remember walking down one of the hallways, and one guy had his head down the entire way. He didn't even look up and say hi. And I'm a people person. So it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. But at the same time, it was the rock bottom I needed to go, hey, listen, I got nothing left to lose. If I go at this business at 1,000%, and if I fail, then I'm at the same place I was. There's nowhere to go. So even though I put so much time and effort into this, it actually was the best thing that ever happened to me because I made a change. So I was up staring at the cardboard ceiling one night. A friend of mine said, hey, listen, man, you got to come back. You got to do this business. One of our mutual friends, Balaj, is making $30,000 a month on stage, custom made suits. We grew up together, and he's like, you got to come back. Balaj is going to help you out. The whole reason why I came back and did this wasn't because I thought I was the best marketer. Wasn't because I thought I was the best sales guy. It wasn't because, I thought I was going to be a multimillionaire, had all of these dreams. It's because I had someone willing to coach me. Got myself a coach. So here's us in elementary school, okay? And then here's us, this is I guess a year or two ago. Look at these locks, man. This is the last time I had hair. And there's, so I'm wearing a firefighter shirt. So, my dad's a fireman. But Balaj last month hit a rank inside of this company. It's a global company, $150,000 US one-time bonus. And he's now getting paid 25 grand a month forever for the rest of his life. And he gets to pass this on to his kids. And you're going to see all of this, all the bonuses, all the lifetime bonuses, how to build everything after you booked your discovery call. As soon as you book your discovery call, you're going to get sent to a completely different page. And you're going to be able to see our company, our products, our compensation plan, our lifetime bonuses, the strategies we use. All you need to do is book that discovery call to get that information. But getting yourself a coach is the number one reason why we are successful. You're not meant to do this on your own, because if you were, you would have already done it if you knew what to do. So you got to get yourself a coach. So at the very start, we did it the old fashioned way. So having parties and inviting people to our house and, knocking doors and going places and doing things. And this was the normal way of doing it, right? And for me, it was a lot better than going and slaving away at -40 in the oil patch. But this is how we started our journey. So there's Balaj, there's my mom, there's Laura, my cousin Craig, my best friend Ryan. And we just started doing it the old fashioned way. After only 5 months, I was able to put down $25,000 on my mortgage. After 5 months. So, a lot of you going, wow, how long is this going to take? It all depends on your urgency. So I ended up making $10,390 in my very first 6 weeks straight out of the oil field. No education, no experience, nothing other than listening to my coach and having faith and some belief in myself. And actually like going for that sort of good, positive emotion instead of staying in the scarcity, because there's no way I was ever going to put 25 grand down on my mortgage if I didn't get out of my comfort zone, because making $2,000 to $5,000 a month just wasn't enough. So I started learning new skills. I started investing in myself. Adam, I'm sure you have a lot of these same books, don't you, man?
That I do. Yeah, lots of them.
Right? So you're just going to learn the same things that we have. It's just a simple recipe. Anybody can do this. As long as you're willing to discipline yourself and sacrifice a little bit of time now for a better future, you're going to be listening to the same audios, reading the same books, doing the same trainings, on the same masterminds. It is not hard to do. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's like going to the gym and working out. Anybody can do it. You know how. But what does it take? Discipline and sacrifice. And then we started marketing online. So about a year and a half into the business, the entire industry shifted. So we were pioneers in this online space, and we decided to start doing something called attraction marketing, which means the right people find us. You're watching this webinar, you came to us, right? So this is the reason why we get the time freedom, is we put an ad out here, based on the things that I like to do, riding Harleys and being, I was in the oil field. And look at these people, 18, 20, 21, 22 minutes, 3 hours, 12 hours, 12 hours, 12 hours, 2.6 thousand comments, 2.4 thousand comments. Attraction marketing means get the people to us. This is why it's such an easy way to find the right people, because all we're doing is sifting and sorting. If you're not in alignment, it's all good. See you later. It's just not a good fit. And if you go through the process, you book your discovery call, and then you see our products and you go, oh my God, how have I never heard of this stuff? This is amazing. Like, I can totally do this. then you're part of our tribe, man. And we're going to invest as much time and effort as we can into you. Then we move to video ads. So you'll start with a story ad. You'll eventually go to a video ad. And then this is actually one of my newest video ads down in front of my old sales manager's office, working there for 5 years, could never get into the sales manager's office, which is funny because my sales manager managed like, 8 to 10 people on the sales floor. And now, I'm a technical sales manager of 1,200 people in my business, which is amazing. And I was able to do that in only 6 years. And then over here, I actually remember being down at White Rock Beach, and, I'm not a tech guy, but when I was down on the beach, it was my third go live trying to get my sound to work. And I wasn't going to do the last one. I was like, whatever. I'll just go home. And I was like, I came here to do something. I made a promise to myself. I came here to do an ad. So I did that ad. And lo and behold, that's where Adam actually saw me. So.
Yeah, I remember, I had a really bad day at work that day. Again, in my small decking company, it was just an awful day. Everything was going wrong. You know how sometimes that happens, right? Like the cuts don't come up right, or the, the wood cracks, stuff like that. And that was just the type of day I was having. And I saw Kevin at the beach, in the water in the middle of a Wednesday. And I said, what do I have to lose? Why not learn something new? I'm already business minded. I want more out of life. I have a hard work ethic from working construction in the oil field, right? And so I decided to reach out. And, just like you see in these two pictures, I was miserable on the left. On the right hand side, I'm in the oil field. We were covered in oil that day. And I still actually keep in contact with some of my friends from the oil patch, right? There's nothing wrong with the people. I just wasn't meant for the industry, if that makes sense. And so, so on the left there's my wife and I. We'd started, like I said, our own decking company. It was called Aces Vinyl Decking. And we went from hammers to laptops. So, the most time we got to spend together was when she would come with me on quotes, because, that's the only time we had together. I was working, 16-hour days. I would be at the lumber store at 6 a.m., pick up all the materials, commute an hour and a half to job site. I would work all day, then I would change in my truck at the end of the day and go do quotes. And that was like every day, especially in the summer when it was really busy. Now we get to travel to Mexico. This actually was the second time we went to Mexico in the same month, which was really cool. And in the previous 7 years, the only time we went to Mexico was for our wedding. So in 7 years, Mexico once. Start learning this business, we go to Mexico twice in a month. So as you can imagine, the sky's the limit here.
You know what I just noticed? That's me in your glasses there. That's so cool. Yeah. I was there too. It was awesome. And then, so here's the thing. Everything that we're teaching you guys has been passed down from mentors. So Adam and I, a couple of years ago, were like, hey, listen, man, we got to level up, right? We're both kind of blue collar guys. I've been in sales my whole life, but I was always selling for another company. I didn't know how to run a company. I didn't know how to be a business owner. I was a really, really good employee. I was always the best at what I did. And Adam and I were like, you know what? We got to hit that next level. So we actually invested in a mastermind program. And here we are all bossed out in our nice suits. It's been a while since we got all dressed up because of COVID, but it's all good. And then over here on the right, we're actually on stage right now with one of the lead trainers here. And again, everything that we're going to be teaching you guys has all come from people that are making multiple 6 figures a year. Everything that has ever been known has been passed down at some point in time, unless you're Einstein or Edison. So, but we invest in coaches and programs, just like you are going to have to invest in our coaching and program in order to get our knowledge, right? There's really only 2 ways of getting ahead in life or learning something. Number 1 is trial and error. That is a slow and painful and expensive process. And number 2 is from coaches and mentors, which is much easier because not only do you get all the same information, but you cut out all the mistakes. And then you have someone there to actually support you, because your mindset is really what's going to dictate whether you do things or you don't. And for a lot of us, the reason we don't get into business is because we're scared we're going to give up on ourselves. We're scared we're just going to go, oh, I can't do this, and just throw in the towel. And your coach is going to go, hey, man, listen, it's all good. It's just a bad day. Just, take a little bit of time off, come back when you're ready to go. Let's hit it again hard. We're going to get through this. That's why we're such a successful team. And secrets of getting ahead in life is finding someone with the results you want. Ask them to help you create the same thing for yourself. That's why we're here. We're literally saying, if you want us to help you create that life, all you need to do is be a little disciplined, have a little sacrifice, and book that discovery call so you can see our products. Because if you're in alignment, we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. And then so we took those skills and created our own training system for people just like you. So, Kevin's been in sales. He's been in the oil patch. I had my own small business, construction, oil field. And on our team, you'll see shortly, there's a whole bunch of different industries. And we are here to pass all the skills that we've accumulated and give it to you guys in a training system, which you're going to see as well pretty quick here.
Yeah. So income disclaimer. Okay. Income disclaimer here. Your results are based on your actions, right? Just because you go to the gym or you buy a gym membership doesn't mean you're going to get in shape, right? It's the effort and the work that you put in. So over here on the top left, we have the beautiful Kate and Phil. Phil was a long haul truck driver. He got sick and tired of working on manual logs and being away from his family and sitting in traffic all day, which I don't blame him. I mean, sitting in traffic is literally the biggest waste of time in the history of the world. Like, even if you're listening to a podcast, it's still one to blow your brains out sitting in traffic, getting nowhere. And he just had it. So he started with us. And I believe this was his 7th month, had $17,100 earned in past 30 days. And here's the cool thing is he was down in, I forget where he was here, somewhere in Florida. He's from New Jersey. And he was actually building his business while on vacation, which was pretty awesome. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Rachel and Adam here. $10,540 in only 7 days, well over $1,000 a day, which is pretty epic. Because I know some people that look to make 10 grand in a month. When I went to the oil field, I was looking to make 10 grand a month, but then I got taxed 40%, which is another thing we're going to show you guys after you book your discovery call. You're going to be able to see a tax savings analysis where we're going to show you 2 different programs that you can plug in your own numbers to show you how much money you could be saving on your income tax simply by owning a business. But that's $10,540 in their pocket. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's totally worth it, right? And we were so happy when that happened. I personally, when I very first started, obviously a little skeptical, but once things started to roll, I started to learn the skills, the money starts coming in, and it's in abundance. And then if you look up here in the top right, we have Adam and Shanna Jones. Adam is a surveyor in the oil field, and they had a 10 days in Florida. And while they were in Florida, that month they made $4,645 US. So it's pretty crazy what can happen with this business if you put in the effort, you have a hard work ethic, you're coachable, and you have an open mind, right? That's one of the big things. And then obviously we got Kevin here. I mean, $40,537 earned in November. I mean, it's mind-blowing stuff, right?
Also down on vacation.
Yep.
I was down in Cancun at Balage's Stag. We were fist pumping in the club and we were doing the whole thing, and get up the next morning and I was like, oh my God, right? Hit some bonuses, everything popped off. So it looks like if you go on vacation, either Florida or Mexico and go run your business seems like the way to go. But we wanted to show you this to show you what's actually possible. I never thought in a million years that I could make 40 grand in a month. I remember making like $46,000 or $7,000 in a year at Harley, doing an entire year of work, and being able to bang that out in 1 month was pretty epic. So you guys are on your way. See, the hardest part of getting wealthy is finding something that you're in alignment with. So when you book that discovery call, you're going to check out our company and products. If you're in alignment with it, you're golden, man. Actually doing the work is easy if you're inspired and if you're excited to do it. So, all right. And then, yeah. So, was this this must be the trip that we were on in that picture.
That was Mexico. Yeah, that was our Mexico trip. We got to go with a few. Actually, there was a what was there, like 9 of us, I think, that we all went and met up in Los Cabos. Yeah, which is really, really cool. And then on the far left, Rachel and I went to visit Adam and Shanna. They're down in Louisiana. Rachel and I are up here in Canada. So, one of our big dreams was always to go meet the people on our team. Travel the world. Meeting our teammate members is really, really important to us. And it's pretty crazy, but a lot of the people that we meet, a lot of people that join our team end up becoming some of our best friends that we've never met in person. Like that's the information age that we're in now, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's really, really cool.
well, I never would have met you.
Nope. Yeah, that's right.
And you were like, what, 20 kilometers away from me? Not even, just over the bridge.
Yeah.
And it's like, and now look at us, man. Like, ha,
Yeah.
look at us now, right? Oh, it's so awesome. But and then we have Tom here, and Tom's in his 50s, and he's I think he's a pipe fitter, right? Pipe fitter.
Yeah.
And electrical, and someone in their 50s, you don't think they change, and then you got someone like Tom who absolutely just loves doing this business, and he finds his demographic. Attraction marketing, have the right people find you. It's a lot easier because we're not selling people. If we have to sell you after you've seen our product and compensation plan, then you're just not a good fit. We're looking for people that are in alignment, that are running with us, and we just want that support. And Tom's one of those guys, and we're generations apart, but he still hangs in there really good. And then we started going on some dream vacations. So working at Harley all the time, I had to work every sunny day from literally spring to the end of fall. And the problem is when winter came around, I didn't have enough money because we weren't working and making a lot of money. Because I mean, if you live in Vancouver, try selling Harleys when it's 3 degrees out and a torrential downpour. So I always saw people, oh, I'm going to Thailand, I'm going to Bali, I'm traveling the world, I'm going, and I'm like, dude, like, how do you leave it a month at a time? Like, where do you guys get a month where you can just leave? Well, guess what? I started this business after a few years of sacrifice and discipline. We were able to leave, and we went to Thailand, and there's, crushing these giant Chang beers on top of a 5-star rooftop patio. One of the amazing things about owning this business is we have global distribution rights, which means you can actually travel with your product that you're going to see after you book your discovery call. You're going to see what the product is and how you can actually take this around the world and right off your trip. You can fly first class. You can stay in 5-star hotels. Like, we're on the Lebula State Tower, which is like, 75 or 80. No, wait, I think it was like 100 stories tall. It's massive, man. And this is where The Hangover 2 was filmed. I'm in the jungle with this, I think this guy's name was Dikti, which is like, means little boy in Thai. And this, like having this elephant, on your face, and I'm in the jungle and I'm hearing the birds, and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? And we ended up making $25,000 on this trip. I didn't know it until I got home. And to be honest, if I knew I made 25 grand on the trip, I probably would have done a lot more stuff. But it was an epic trip, man. Look at the water that we got to swim in, and, these big longboats with giant, like 6-liter diesel engines on the back. And here's us at the top of the State Tower, my girlfriend Laura's hair blowing in the wind. And we went down to Kuala Lumpur, and it was so hot down there. I remember taking this picture, just sweating. But it's experiencing life, man. You want to do this when you're young. You want to do this in your 20s and 30s and 40s. Like, when you get in your 50s and your 60s and your 70s, man, like, life's a little bit different. Like, and sacrificing a little bit of time now to be able to do this stuff, I think is a bargain. And Adam, I'll let you take this one because you're the one that, ended up buying a house within like 12 months.
Yeah, so I didn't mention it before, but when we first started this business, we were about $70,000 in debt because we had to use all of our own personal money to start our construction business. And we were actually living in an 850 square foot basement suite, and we were renting. So as you can imagine, with a wife and 2 kids, that was not easy for us. And if anyone knows the Vancouver housing market, it's very difficult to get into if you're not making good money. But yeah, 2.5 years into this business, we were able to get the down payment for a $500,000 home. We've been in it for almost a year now. We're debt free, including paying off my truck. So it's like, it's pretty crazy what can happen in a fairly short amount of time if you, like Kevin said, have the discipline, the work ethic, you push yourself, and you make some sacrifices, and you'll be able to have these things too.
Yeah, because you did what? Paid off 40 grand or 70 grand or something like that, and saved up for a down payment, moved all your stuff over. And I remember
Right.
when you first said you were doing this, your family's like, "You're crazy, man. You're not moving in COVID. What are you nuts? Everyone's losing their job, economy's crashing." And we're
Yeah.
over here like, yeah, but everyone's coming to us, man. Like we're on the leading edge
Yeah.
of the information sort of technology. Like it's the transition, man. And like everyone knows it. Bitcoin's coming, right? We're all using Amazon. Amazon Prime just bought MGM for $8 billion. Like these big companies, these online companies are the biggest companies in the world. Why? Because they can work remotely and there's leverage. You can touch all parts of the globe. Where if you had a decking company, you can only go so far as you can drive. And you have all the other competition around you, right? So, and then speaking of driving, boom, I got to buy a brand new car finally at 30 years old. I was, like I said, I was a saver. So I was always, secondhand this, secondhand that. And then eventually, when you own a business, one of the best things about a business is the tax write-off. So again, after you book your discovery call, you're going to see a video completely on the tax write-offs. And I believe it was $700 a month that I could spend on a lease or a car payment. So I remember walking into the dealership, and this is actually, his name's Graham. He's a friend of mine. And he goes, I said, "Hey man, so I got $700 to spend at this dealership. What can I get?" He goes, "You can get anything." Like, what? He's like, "Anything. You can get Escalade, you can get this, you can get Corvette, you can get anything you want for $700 a month, just depending on your term." And I was like, that doesn't compute to me, man. Like, but the beauty of it is you get to use the payment as a write-off. So you're either giving that money to the government or you get to use it as your own business expense, right? So if you have a brand new car, we're talking all of the money that is in your withholdings account, which is your income tax. You have the ability to get that back if you know how to get it. And we're going to show you how to do that. All right. So look at these beautiful faces here. So Adam, you can knock a few off here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we're, like I said, we're a huge growing community right now. We've got like a very diverse set of people. We have single moms, we've got single dads, we've got people in corporate, we've got people that live all over the United States, Canada, Australia. Remember, it's a global company, so we're very diverse, and it's pretty amazing to see all these people are hitting big rank in their business, which is something you'll see a little bit more of later on. But we've got in the top left, we've got Trevor. He's a welder. We've got Brennan just below him. He is now in sales, but he was a welder as well. Just below him, we got Adam and Shanna, which I already explained their story. In the very top right-hand corner, we got Colby. He's actually he's a real estate agent. And he also is like a broker for a trucking company. So there's really like a huge amount of diversity in our groups here. So it's pretty cool, and I'm sure Kevin can share a little bit more about some more of the people here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one thing I wanted to mention. We have some veterans. So Julian's a veteran. Rich is a veteran. There are a lot of people that have come here not just for the money, but for the emotional support, for the mindset training, the limiting beliefs. There's something called neuro-linguistic programming that we're super, super heavy on. And this is how to delete or add different programs to your own mindset. So a lot of these guys here, Daryl worked in the oil field. Jordan is a carpenter. Kevin works on fishing boats. Jason's owns a landscaping business. Pete's an iron worker. A lot of these guys, we've all come from the same sort of mindset, the mentality of go to school, that first bell rings for a break, second bell rings for a lunch, third bell rings for another break, and then you get to go home at the end of the day. And it takes 28 days to create a habit. What happens after 28 years, man? You know what I mean? From like 5 years old to however old you are now, man. Like there's a lot of unraveling that we need to do. So one of the main concerns a lot of people have is, well, if I change the beliefs about myself or about how I operate, then my entire world can come crashing down. And it's like, listen, man, we get that, but we're just going to take little parts and we're going to start, fixing. It's like you restore a car. You don't do the whole thing at once. You do one step at a time. And at the end of the project, you have a beautiful restored car back to prime condition. And that's essentially what we're doing here. But every single one of these people has made this tough decision. And not only have these people made the tough decision, but they're on this page now because they have created results. And there are thousands of people on here, but these are just the people that we were able to fit. But our community is growing every single day. Arms wide open, hoping that you see the same sort of potential in our product after you book your discovery call and check out the offers as we do. So let's get into the actual business here, guys. How are we doing on time? We're perfect, right on. So let's get into some of the business here. This is the nuts and bolts and how things work. And what are you going to learn into this masterclass? So these are our 4 pillars of a successful online business. Number 1, the importance of building a personal brand online. This is why we are attraction marketers. If you go to my page, you will see Harley Davidsons, you will see working out, you'll see cigars, and you'll see dogs. That's what I love. I love my dogs. I love my motorcycle. I love working out, and I love being in nature. So this is what I put out there. And when you build a personal brand, people come to you. I'm sure some ladies out there, they buy these Gucci belts. It's like a $15 piece of leather. Why do you buy it? It's the brand, right? Maybe you bought the Rocks tequila or Conor McGregor's whiskey. Why? Because it's them, right? We associate with people that we think we have things in common with. So building a personal brand is going to be able to not only build you an amazing income, but be able to basically touch all social media platforms and bring the right people to you to create your community.
Absolutely. And then we have the power of leveraging automated systems. So again, the big thing here is not so much money, but the freedom, right? We only have 24 hours in a day. You don't have time to be constantly on your phone, constantly doing all these things while you're working a job. So we show you the power of leveraging automated systems so that you can start getting your time freedom back.
And then value of aligning with the high ticket offers. The buck stops here. All right. If when you book your discovery call, you're going to go over to our offer page and you're going to see our company and products. If you are not in alignment with the products, most likely you're just not a good fit. And that's okay, right? That's okay. There's a million ways for you to make money out there. If this isn't the right fit for you, it's all good. But there's going to be a select few of you where you're going to see this product and you're going to light up. You're going to get goosebumps. You're going to feel like you finally found that thing you've been waiting for your entire life. That thing's just aligned and you're just like, dude, this is it. Like, this is what I've been meant to do. If that's you, then we are going to be able to take you from where you are now to wherever you need to be with a very, very simple process.
Yeah. And part of that process is actually investing in your mindset. We talked about NLP a little bit ago, but realistically, investing in yourself is one of the biggest things that you could possibly do because it really comes down to your inner work, right? Your inner world creates your outer world, right? Things don't happen to you, things happen for you. So we're going to show you how to invest in yourself. You're going to be able to start believing in yourself. You're going to be able to learn the new skills, and that all comes from investing in your mindset.
Yeah. Balaj, my mentor Balaj told me right out of the gate, he goes, man, your income will be a direct reflection on your own personal growth. Remember, we are traction marketers. We're building a brand. So you're there to inspire people. That's really what we do, is we inspire people to reach out and to take a look at our company and products and our compensation. And if you're in alignment with it, it's a really easy way to make a living, because you're going to go and make a living at some point doing something. But who you are as a person is going to dictate the type of people that you attract to you, which is also going to make you more valuable in today's day and age. So all of the books, everything that we've read, all of this stuff, the reason we're here doing this right now is because we invested in our mindset and started learning things that were valuable in today's day and age. All right, so who is this for? Trade workers looking for more financial freedom, small business owners wanting to transition online, parents who crave more time with their family, and individuals who don't want to work to age 67. As you can see, it says 67, not 65. And why is that, Adam?
The retirement age is going up.
Your retirement, you got inflation on your job, bro. Not only do you make less money, but they make you work longer. Like,
that number will continue going up too.
And what's life expectancy? I think it's like what, 78 or something like that?
70, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah, 78. So you got what, 11 years. So work 40 years to have 11 years. And they're not years where you're fist pumping in the club and riding motorcycles through the jungle and, taking your kids to Disneyland and jumping on the rides and doing cool stuff all day. You're old. You're 80, right? What do you do when you're old? I don't know. Golf, maybe. Actually, that doesn't sound that bad. If you golf all day, maybe. But how are you going to do that on 40% of your income? On that $1,200? Can you imagine being 70 years old and having $1,200 a month coming in, and you either got to decide between living off that or going back to work?
It's tough, but that's the reality every day.
Yeah. No, thank you. All right.
So what we know about the shift in our economy, there's no such thing as income security. If it's one thing this pandemic has shown everyone, that job security isn't real. You are one step away from poverty if you only have one source of income. And as far as I'm concerned, jobs are now the riskiest form of income. A pandemic could happen, a stock market crash could happen, your boss could fire you because he doesn't like you, you get an altercation with another employee, someone up in corporate management screws up and the company goes bankrupt. There's so many different ways that you can lose your job in today's day and age. It's crazy. There's also more overhead than ever before. I was $70,000 in debt because I started a construction company. $70,000 to start a construction company. I had to make sure that I had a reliable vehicle, a dump trailer, all the tools, all the locks and toolboxes to make sure they didn't get stolen, which they have.
They did. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, which they did.
Which they did, right? So it's tough in this day and age to start something like that. Industries we once thought were secure are becoming unstable, which we've gone over. People are losing their jobs. Now more than ever before, people are looking for ways to replace their income or also start a secondary source of income, which gives you that security. And people are investing in sustainable habits for their health and longevity. Again, this pandemic has also shown that people need to start caring more about their health, right? We need to start practicing preventative medicine as opposed to, once I get sick, then I'll start caring about my health, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And the biggest thing, and I think you said this the last time we did this webinar, you are one step away from poverty if you lose your job. Like, that is massive. Okay. And we've been building our businesses here for a while. We have hundreds of people that are helping us make an income. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. You can't stop that many people. So if you're only relying on one source of income, one employer or two employers, and you have no savings and you have no knowledge outside of your industry and you have no post-secondary experience, like, you are literally walking a tightrope, and people go, this seems like a scam. It's like, bro, you're in a pyramid scheme on thin ice. And if you don't take action, you are literally risking it all. And like we said, the whole reason we're doing this is so our kids don't face the same obstacles that we do.
Yeah.
All right. So lucky for you, I'm sure you saw this coming. We got a blueprint for income security. So we have lifetime bonuses. All right. So when I saw these lifetime bonuses, like, everything switched. There's a thing called Set for Life out here in Vancouver. I'm sure that's all over the place, where you scratch and you can win, $1,000 a week for 25 years for whatever. And they call it Set for Life. Well, our $5,000 lifetime bonus, 5,000 goes up to 80 grand, is $1,250 a week forever for the rest of your life. We're not talking 25 years. We're talking pass this on to your kids. So imagine you could sacrifice 5 years of your life to earn that lottery ticket. So imagine you had the opportunity to go back to grade 8, do grade 8 to grade 12 again, right? You're putting in 8 hours a day. It's your single focus. It is the most important thing, right? Most of us, school was, it's your life. And at the end of that, you got that Set for Life ticket. Would you do it? Of course you do it, right? Like, there's not a soul on this planet that'd be like, I'd go back to high school, bang that out 5 years, to be set for life. This is the same offer, but we're giving this to you now in your 30s or 20s or 40s or whatever. And you get to do it on your time. And you ain't 17 anymore, which is a huge benefit, okay? And of course, we want to have impactful business practices for the conscious entrepreneur. We want people that want to have an impact on the world, that want to do things outside of the norm, and then leverage social media. You use this thing every day. Adam, how many times have you used your phone already today?
I don't know, at least a dozen.
Right?
You know, I got my alarm, I check my social media, I listen to music at the gym, I listen to an audiobook on the way. I mean, we use it all the time, right? And now we could just show you how to make money from it.
Show you how to make money from it. You're going to be in this thing is literally attached to your hip. How much of a shame would it be if you did not take advantage of making money with this amazing piece of technology and social media? Because do you remember when you signed up for Facebook and you scrolled all that legal stuff to the very bottom and you just hit accept and you didn't read a single word? Well, that basically gives us, the marketers, the opportunity to find the right people online through marketing. And we're going to show you that down the road. All right, so which industries are thriving right now?
Work from home opportunities. Obviously, we talked about that, especially with the pandemic. Google searches are up 600%. Health and wellness opportunities, again, with the pandemic, you know, people are just starting to care more and more about their health. Your immune system is an amazing tool for your body, but you need to, you know, feed it the proper nutrition. You need to make sure that you're drinking water, and we're going to show you some pretty crazy opportunity here shortly. So true physical, mental, and financial health are being sought by millions of people. Digital marketing skills, right? Again, everyone has one of these in their pocket. It's probably next to you right now, or you're watching this on it as we speak. So we're going to teach you valuable skills that are transferable to any industry.
All right, so get honest with yourself. Are you actually where you want to be in this stage in your life? This is something that you need to understand. Like, life will not get better unless you make a change. And the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. This hit me at 29, staring at the cardboard ceiling with 3 inches of ice on the window in a room made out of cardboard, 2,000 miles away from my beautiful girlfriend, my house, and my dogs. Is this really where I want to be at 30 years old? Like, I've been a smart guy. I made the right decisions. How did I end up here? So it's the mad reality of like, listen, bro, if you want to change, you're going to have to make those changes inside of you first.
Yeah, exactly. And I was 30 myself, and, you know, I've got guys on my team as young as 21, and I'm like, oh, I just can only imagine where I'd be right now if I had started at 21, but that's okay. Cause, you know, even now at 34, I'm doing very well. So I'm pretty happy. So now, are you living your perfect day more days than not? Do you even know what your perfect day is? Right? I mean, what does a perfect day look like to you? You know, a lot of us work 2,000 hours a year and sometimes only get one vacation of 4 days. You know, and sometimes it's just camping, right? But what does a perfect day look like to you, and what would you do to get those perfect days and have them more often?
And do you feel stuck in your current situation? So this kind of goes with the perfect day. When you're on vacation on that 1 week, you're spending your money. So now in the back of your head, you're like, oh man, like I'm spending all this money. And then you go back to work to make money. So you're either making money or you're enjoying life. Making money, enjoy life. Making money, enjoy life. People chase the weekends like crazy. Then they get wasted on the weekends. They spend all the money only to go back to work. You're in survival mode. You're stuck. Like, you got to build leverage. You need other people to help you make income. Well, how do you get other people to help you make income? By learning something that's valuable and offering to teach them. If you become more valuable, people will want to work with you, plain and simple. Then you're not stuck and you get to actually move yourself ahead.
Absolutely. And so now the average age of blue collar retirement is 67 years old. Are you okay working until then? Right? So maybe you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, you know, are you okay with working another 20, 30, 40 years stuck in the same spot? And even if you stay with the same company, how high can you really get on that ladder? What is the ceiling on your income? Right? For most people, it's less than $100,000 a year. Are you willing to work until 67 with that amount of money?
And do you want your time back? Plain and simple, man. This is a decision. This is a yes or no. You want your time back? Sacrifice, discipline, and action. Skepticism doesn't pay. Self-doubt doesn't pay. Calling a scam doesn't pay. It keeps you exactly where you are, and you will never, ever get your time back. And if you're, like I said, in your late 20s or 30s or 40s, you know this, man. Like you wake up, like it's crazy. We're in June. I remember when we were, building the system back in last year, and like now we're in June, and it's like, dude, you never go back. So you want to get your time back, this is how you're going to do it. So this is Adam's slide for sure.
Yeah. So this is called the cash flow quadrant. It basically shows you that there's 4 different ways to make money. Number 1, obviously, is as an employee, right? There is no leverage, and you are trading your time for money. Even as a salary, you're still trading time for money, right? There is 0 tax advantages to being an employee, and you have absolutely no control or freedom, right? Self-employed. So, I made this step, right? A lot of commission salesmen are self-employed. You go from being someone else's boss to, oh, I'm going to start my own thing. And you end up just owning a job, right? Someone that is self-employed just owns the job as opposed to working for someone else. Again, there is no leverage, and you still need to trade your time for money. If you are self-employed as a carpenter, a general contractor, electrician, whatever, if you go on vacation, so does your income, right? That's how it works. So then we are trying to help people go to the right side of the quadrant, which is being a business owner or being an investor. As a business owner, you have people work for and with you. So you have leverage. If you go on a trip, that doesn't mean your income goes on a trip, right? You are constantly making money because you are using systems. Business owners own systems, and we have one of the best systems in the world, which we're going to teach you all about. And then being an investor, pretty easy. Money works for you. We don't touch a lot on money working for you, but we do teach you how to invest in yourself, and that is going to pay back tenfold, hundredfold even. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And, to touch on the business owner, last night before bed, I checked my phone, and one of my guys in Tasmania, just outside of like Australia, like way down, which is actually really cold, which is funny because we just think it's warm down there. It's like, hey man, I got a sale. I was like, great, I'm going to bed. And like literally it was like a $2,000 commission, and I'm literally like going to bed. And as I'm laying in bed, I like poked my girlfriend Lauren, and I was like, making money while we sleep. And I couldn't get to sleep because I was so damn excited. So again, leverage is super important, and don't feel bad. Like, oh, well, I don't want to make money off people. I'm feeling bad about it. It's like, listen, man, people that want opportunity are looking for people that they can learn from. You can be anybody you want. You can be this business owner. You can be the investor. In 5 years, you can turn yourself into whoever you want. Doesn't matter what your past says about you. Doesn't matter where you came from, social economic background, the color of your skin, if you've been to prison, if you've done anything bad. All of that doesn't matter. It's who are you now? Who do you want to be? And moving forward into your life. Because I never thought in a million years I'd be going to bed making money, but here I am.
Yep.
Okay, so the 4 pillars of creating online business, just a quick recap. Building a personal brand, have people come find you, way easier. I'm not down to chase people around. If I got to chase you around, you're not a good fit. If you come and you check out our stuff and you're like, dude, this is awesome, lifetime bonuses, you kidding me? No overhead, get tax savings, what? And I get healthy, dude, I'm in. Power of leveraging automated systems, what you're using right now. Use technology to your advantage. Aligning with high ticket offers. Selling something that makes you peanuts is only going to make you peanuts. We want something that can actually change our life. We want some money, man. We want to be able to travel. We want to be able to make a couple sales a month and be able to change our lives and get out of our income. 5 to 10 grand a month is what most people need to get out of their job. And you can do that really easy online. And then you're just investing into your mindset. So your income will be a direct reflection on the person you become. And I'm telling you, within 3 months, within 3 days of joining this team, and learning some of the skills and some of the videos, you will feel like a different person. And I always tell people, if you're in a giant stadium on the floor, right? Say there's 100,000 people in a concert, and I bring you over a chair to stand on. You can see over everybody's head, but you're only this much higher off the ground. So you don't need this giant quantum, oh my God, I got to change my life overnight. It's like, no, man, you just need to know things that no one else is willing to learn. And that's going to make you valuable in today's day and age.
Right. So let's go over creating a brand on social media. So obviously there are over 2 billion people globally using social media to connect with others. Facebook, I believe, is at 2.8 billion users on its own. right? We don't just teach Facebook. There's also Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat. I mean, there's so many different platforms that you can use. And maybe you already have a favorite one that you use currently. Why not make money while you're scrolling, right? It's a pretty no-brainer in my opinion. But never before in history have people been able to generate an income online by being authentically themselves, right? You look at Gary Vaynerchuk, for example. Most people don't even know how he makes money. They don't know what his businesses are. He's just authentically himself. He started as kind of promoting and marketing for his parents' wine shop, and he just started spitting his truth, right? And that has allowed him to generate an incredible audience by being authentically himself. Kevin, just like he said before, Harley Davidson, cigars, dogs, that's him. That's his brand. Those are the people he likes to be with. For me, it's my family. It's, walking at the beach. It's also golfing. I love to golf. And a lot of the people on my team, we have a plan to have our own charity golf tournament one day, right? So it's really cool that you just get to be you and speak to the people that you can build rapport with and have a great relationship with. Then there's learning how to create an engaged following of people that know, like, and trust you online. Will get you through any economic downturn. Like we said, during this pandemic, our businesses have grown, right? They have not gone down because everyone is starting to see that jobs are really risky, right? You're one step away from poverty if you only have one source of income.
Yeah. And I should have mentioned golf too. I like golf. I like golf, but it's tough because it's like ride your Harley, go golfing, ride your Harley, golfing. But I know what a big problem to have, right? All right, so align yourself with high ticket offers. Okay, I worked at Harley Davidson, and I used to sell $30,000 bikes and get paid $500. Some of our commissions here are going to range from $340 to $6,440 per sale. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is we want to introduce you to a product that not only helps you make money, but helps you become a better person. Like, this is a very personal business. And we want a win-win outcome for the planet. Like, let's be honest, man, sustainability is top of mind. What is it? Greta Thunberg or whatever. Yeah, right. That's her name. She made massive waves last year. Like, the world is changing. I mean, you go to Netflix and there's, Rotten, and, there's a new one on the oceans of, the fishing, and we're using plastics, and even Amazon, right? You order from Amazon, all the cardboard, all the plastics. Like, we need to be able to save this beautiful planet of ours and have sustainability and, have high vibrations and feel good about what you're doing. And then an opportunity that creates legacy for generations. So again, we have lifetime bonuses. Like, imagine winning or being able to earn a set for life ticket. Like, being able to literally guaranteed income, $5,000 a month, rest of your life. Now, again, that's just the bonus. Most people that are up or around the lifetime bonus ranks, they're making anywhere from 30 to 40,000. About, they say on average, $460,000 a year. So imagine making $50,000 a month after 5 years of your business, laying on a beach, doing whatever you want because you had sacrifice and discipline. Those are the keys to doing this. And then position yourself in front of something that the majority of the people don't know about, but will own and use in their house one day. The company that you're going to see after you book your discovery call has been around for 50 years, was created by Sony. The same people that make Sony PlayStations are the same people that created the company that you're about to see, which is absolutely going to blow your mind.
Yeah. So now the power of leveraging automated systems. So we're going to show you a proven system that introduces you to target audience to your offer. So again, you're only really dealing with people that you can form a relationship with, that have the same life experience as you, that have the same interests as you. You're going to see customized sales funnel for your niche market. So like my niche market, I like to work with guys in construction or in the oil field, and sometimes small business owners, right? So if whatever job that you have, you can start targeting people like that because you can relate with them, right? We're going to show you how to make a social media post, funnel, offer, and of course, automated sales. You're going to get the powerful duplication and global residual income, which we've mentioned many times, which is just mind-blowing when you really see the picture, which is awesome. And then automation is a must to achieve true time freedom. Again, if you're getting 3 leads a day to 10 leads a day or 20 leads a day, You don't want to be sitting on your phone all day texting back and forth with people. You want to be enjoying your money. You want to enjoy your freedom, right? So that's what we're going to be able to show you with our automated systems.
Absolutely. And, to touch on the custom sales funnels for your niche market, I'm a sales guy. And so, my main demographic is sales guys, but I also came from the oil field. So I also have an oil field funnel, but I also have a funnel for females. Like I got flowers on my arms, you know what I mean? Like if you saw my garden, like I love that part of things. So like being able to really touch different demographic is awesome. And then the automation is super, super important. So this is where, everything online is a scam. Everything's a pyramid scheme. It's like, listen, man, if you are trading your time for money and you're always on the bottom and you're always got to trade your time for money, you're never going to get ahead. And again, we asked you before, do you want your time freedom? Simple yes or no answer. And I'm assuming it's a yes if you're still watching us at this point. So the Legacy Builders funnel. Okay. So you see social media posts, right? So you saw an ad, you clicked on that post. Now you're watching the masterclass. Okay. So this is really meant to find out, like, do you like us, right? Do you think we have good vibes, right? Do we have the high vibes that you're looking for? If you do, then book your discovery call. We only want to work with action takers. So if you get to the point where you get to the discovery call and you don't take action, then all of this time was a waste. We're not going to try to hard sell you. We're not going to twist your arm or try to pressure you into doing something. We want to know who's on the other end, right? You're investing with your money and time. We are investing with our time, and our time is very, very valuable. So we just want to make sure that the person on the other end, that you're going to be a good fit, right? If you're not a good fit, we might be on the discovery call and say, hey, listen, man, we might not be vibing that well. This might not be a good fit for you, regardless if you like the products or not. So this is more to find out whether you and I are going to work well together, because we invest. I mean, how many hours, Adam, have you spent on Zoom meetings, training people and helping set up different ads and campaigns and closing calls? I mean, it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. I couldn't put a number on it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot. So again, our main goal on this discovery call is to find out who you are as a person and whether we're going to work well together. After you book that call, you're going to get sent over to our offer videos, and we have a whole bonus content for, the science and how it works and where it came from and how to save money on taxes and all that sort of good stuff. And all we want you to do is just keep an open mind, check it out. You're going to see what we see. We're going to be able to move forward. If you don't, all good. You just cancel your call. Okay. So you're going to book your discovery call. You're going to be able to see the content. If you don't like it for any reason, just cancel. We're going to get a notification. John Smith cancels call. All right, all good. No big deal. Right. So this is a very low risk on your end. All you're doing is booking a time so we know you're serious, and then check out the offers, see the lifetime bonuses, see if you even like it. And if you do, awesome. If you don't, cancel the call. And if you do like it, we're going to help you start your business and take you to the next step. So our secret to lasting success is our invaluable partnerships. Mr. Adam.
So Todd L. Campbell is an expert trainer who has traveled internationally for the last 15 years, teaching live experiential growth seminars. He has personally helped over 25,000 people change their lives for the better with his 12-week Limitless Transformation course available to you inside the Legacy Builder system. Todd decided to dedicate himself to his highest purpose and empower others to live their best life now. So he's a personal development coach. Again, he's been doing this for a long time. He loves helping other people. His course is usually pretty expensive, but he's given us an insane deal so that you can, like I said, invest in your mindset is one of the most powerful investments you can make. And no one does it better than Todd Campbell.
Yeah, I met Todd in 2017 down in Las Vegas for his 3-day Awaken seminar. And it was amazing. I went down there, a 245-pound jacked up muscle Harley dude. And on our second day, we went through a guided meditation where you got and you made peace with your mom and your dad and all the bad things that happened to you and all the bad things you did to other people. And you walk out with your perfect self. And, at the start of this process, there's 500 people in this giant auditorium, and I'm sitting there and going through the process, and you can hear, people breaking down. And I'm like, oh, I'm not breaking down. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I don't need to go through that stuff. At the end, I was bawling my eyes out. All of that built up emotion, all that resentment, all of that pain and all this stuff that I've held inside of me for 30 years came out. It was such a relief just to get this off my chest, because then I felt like I could actually be my true authentic self. I wasn't dragging around my beliefs and all my pains and sufferings and emotional baggage. You got to let that out. For a lot of guys, it's really, really tough, man. It's tough to go through that process. This is something that you really want to take into consideration, because Todd's Tactical Mind program is going to break down those limiting beliefs. I know, you know what you're capable of, because there have been times maybe in playing sports, or maybe when you asked your wife to marry you, or when you had your firstborn, or you got that job you're looking for, or something happened where you felt just empowered, like you could take over the world. And then you have all this other stuff going. Yeah, but remember that time that this happened? Remember when you gave up over here? Remember when you didn't do that? So Todd is really going to break down, get rid of that baggage, right? If you had a supercharged 454 in your car, yet you tied a piano to the back, you can go full throttle. You're not going to get very far. Well, actually, you probably get pretty far. You drag that piano around like nothing. Maybe
process though.
Yeah, maybe, or tied a tugboat to you. Okay, that's a better analogy. But the point is like, get rid of the baggage, man, so you can go and be your authentic self. And Todd is, like I said, giving us a smoking deal. I think it's 60% off his regular price. And of course, that's going to make you actually do the things that you should do. Mr. Mark Lack, one of our top personal branding coaches. So Mark, he's a high-level personal brand coach. He's done over 370 million in sales for his clients. I bet you he's up over 400 million at this point, because we made a slide a little bit ago. He's the host of the TV show Business Rockstars for Entrepreneurs, and creator of the Shorten the Gap branding training. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to learn from us has actually been brought down from Mark. He has the ability to make you an authority in your niche and scale your business to 7 figures plus. With over 400 million views and ads on his content, his training is backed by results. So Mark he's an investor, he's a business owner, he's a coach, he's a trainer. And I'm telling you, when you take his skill set, which is finding what your niche market is, right? We're not just marketing to everybody. I'm marketing to 25 to 34-year-old males who are in a relationship, who are graduated college, university, who have sales experience, who like motorcycles, who like golf, who love, health and wellness. That's my niche market, right? Because if I go, hey, are you 29 years old, male? You're like, yeah, that's me. Wow, this guy's speaking to me. Now there's more of a connection, and that's how the attraction marketing actually works. So if you don't understand this process yet, just understand that you will learn it very, very quickly, and it's really not that hard.
Yeah, and then we're going to show you Legacy Builders community, so that, like we said, surround yourself with dreamers and doers who have a vision to create their own legacy to leave for generations to come. Again, there's crazy bonuses you can pass on to your kids, and there's nothing like a community of people that all have purpose, that are all positive, that are pushing you to reach your full potential. Because at the end of the day, there's not a lot of people. Your boss probably is not going to do it for you and try and reach your full potential, but we are. So I think, Kevin, you're going to show the community.
Well, this is our Legacy Builders community. So we got just over 1,000 people here right now. At the very pinned post, this is Eric Voorhees, was it The Rise of the Entrepreneur? So you're going to get the ability to get into this community. Go watch this video. This video, you watch this video, and if you're like, it's not for me, then whatever. You watch this video and your head explodes. Then when you see our company or product, you're like, dude, I can't believe I can, buy my way into this business. Just everyone just supporting each other, Kobe hit 4A, congrats, Kobe. And then everyone's just, supporting each other, asking questions and supporting. Here's Adam doing some trainings on how to manage your money. So, hey, man, I'm broke, I can't afford it. Well, let's show you how to manage your money. This is a free community that you can come in. You get to learn all the tips and tricks and strategies. And of course, it's just a lot easier than going and smacking your head against the wall trying to figure it out on your own. All right. Let's get back to our presentation here. So 2 options. Option number 1, take the information that we showed you here. Take the information that we showed you here and put it into practice. Or take the information we have shared with you today and go out and try it all for yourself, right? Option number 2, link arms with us. do it together. Use our systems, have our support, come into our community. Simple, right? I mean, you're either doing it on your own or, like we said, 2 ways to do this: on your own or with coaches and mentors that have actually done it for you.
Yeah.
So to actually build one of these funnels, first of all, you need traffic. Okay, you need traffic. You need people coming into your life. So you're either going to go do blogs, Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, YouTube. It says 800 monthly or up. I mean, your ad budget could be 300 a month. It could be 3,000 a month. But you need people coming into your world, because we can't sell the air, we can't sell the trees, and we can't sell the cats and dogs. If we did, I would be a multi-billionaire by now, because I'd be selling to every dog that would talk to me. But again, you're going to need traffic.
Yeah. And then you also need automated systems. So we're talking ClickFunnels, MailChimp, Calendly, etc. This normally would cost $400 or more. So you look at your ad budget, then you look at these ClickFunnels. Like, as you can see, it's starting to add up when you go with the traditional funnels that are out there now.
Then you got creating your own website, right? You need somewhere for people to find you. You need to place all your information. That's about $5,000 to get, because it's not just building the site, but it's getting the graphics. Like, I tried to do the graphics for this myself. Like, literally, Adam knows, man. Like, I am not the tech guy, which is really ironic that I own a tech company. But like, I couldn't figure this out, man. Like, literally, I'm about to chuck my computer out the window. So creating your own website and doing all this stuff on your own is tough. Like, and just so you know, like, we have assistants that help us outsource and do this sort of stuff. So, but creating a website, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And I mean, who's going to drop $5,000 just for a website, right?
Yeah. And then also we have courses to get you educated. So like we showed, Kevin and I have already gone through a bunch of courses. We've invested in mentors. We've taken the Mark Lack course. We've done all these things to help, you guys learn. And if you go out on your own, you're looking at least, it says around 2,500, but really it's at least 2,500.
Yeah.
We've spent 2,500. We've spent way more than that.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, the 2-year program we did was $92,000, right? So like 2,500 is like, I think each one of the courses that were, there's like 20 courses over the 2 years, I think were 2,500 each or something like that. So like 2,500 for education is like, we should have put that at 25,000, and that's still a bargain. And then, like, for all of this, even if you get all of this, you're still going to be confused. You're still going to feel unsatisfied and alone. This is not the beginner's way of starting an online business, okay? The whole reason why we put this together is to find people who don't have experience and be able to leverage technology that's already built for you. And then you get to join us live. So every single Wednesday night, we have a team meeting. Adam and I come on, we share some knowledge. Like right now, I'm currently reading the book Beyond Order by Jordan Peterson. And we're just bringing you guys, stuff every single week, really just pushing the envelope a little bit. We are true leaders. We are out there in the unknown, blazing trails for you guys so we can help pass this information on to you. So you'll have access to our weekly masterminds hosted by our leadership team. We have special guests that come on. We have industry leaders, because personal and business development is at the forefront of everything we do. You will not be $1 million earner with an employee attitude. So you, like, when we say skepticism, we're also meaning employee mindset. So you got to think like a business owner, which means going outside of your comfort zone. Because I got to be honest with you, sometimes I get a little nervous. I'm like, man, I don't know what to do, but I still get into, my zone every day. I stick true to my DMO, and I follow Adam's 3 non-negotiables, which Adam is really big on the non-negotiables every day, and we lead from the front. So I'm sure Adam can touch on this, but personal development is going to be the deciding factor in your success.
Absolutely. And one of the great speakers and influencers of all time, Jim Rome, said, I want to become a millionaire, not because of the money, but because the person I have to become a millionaire, right? The person that you are now realistically isn't capable of being a millionaire. You need to grow. And we all know that if you're feeling, overworked and underpaid, or you feel like you've hit a ceiling, that you have more potential inside of you, right? You know that you can learn new skills, and that's what we're here to teach you and, really push to the forefront of your business.
All right. So, and then you got your mastermind vault. So if you miss one of our lives, it's all good, man. Like, we have Like I've been doing this for 6 years. Every Wednesday we've had a team meeting. Like if you wanted to sit and binge watch, like Netflix binge watch our mastermind training, you'd probably be here for a year. But literally, like every single piece of content, information that we've tested or tried, or guest speakers, that's all going to be there for you. All you need to do is spend some time to sit down and go through the meetings. All right, so here are our courses. We have our mindset course, we have branding, we have marketing, we have sales, we have our mastermind vault, and then we have our extended training. So we're actually going to open it up right now. We're going to actually walk you through the back end of our system. So when you sign up, this is the page that you're going to see. So as you can tell, a nice water background, Legacy Builders. Let's get going here. Look at these beautiful guys, right? So when you get into the training here, you are going to be part of our Legacy Builders affiliate training, and hit the get started. And this is going to get into the meat of our content. So as you can see here, there is a lot of content here. We go through all of the branding. We go through all the discovery questions. This is massive, that you understand where you are starting from and really creating the sort of lifestyle you want in your mind first. Because if you're just here for more money and more time with the kids, that's great, but there's got to be more to it. We got to break it down. We got to have some emotion attached to your goals, or you're never going to get out of the situation you're in. And I believe, Adam, you did the majority of these these discovery questions, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Each one has its own importance. You know, what would make you happy? How much you need to quit your job? It's important that you have very, very clear goals, and we're going to help you set up those goals and then teach you how to attain them in a short period of time. And obviously, using us and using this training, it's going to fast track you, right? Having some, they always say that success leaves clues, right? So, Kevin's been doing it for 6 years. I've been doing it for 4 years. Well, our goal is to get you to where we are in a shorter period of time, because we're going to be able to teach you not only all the things that we've learned, but all the mistakes that we know how to avoid, right?
Man, yeah, that's a whole nother video. But then, mindset of entrepreneur, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? We're a high vibe community. We want the people that are like us, that are excited and optimistic. Oh man, I can't do it. Oh, well, what if I fail? And all it's like, that's low vibration, man. That's like, nah, we're not down with that. We want optimism, excitement. Your skill level is not nearly as important as your optimism about the future. We can teach you anything you want, but if you don't feel like you're good enough or worthy enough or whatever, not only are we going to have to change you into a mindset of entrepreneur, we're going to have to neutralize those emotions and rebuild positive anchors. We're going to do a goal setting. We're going to do a 7 steps to success. We're going to do the daily method of operation. We have everything you need to create that sort of vibration that attracts the right people to you. And then Adam has his whole money management course here.
Yeah. The money management is key. I mean, if you follow the steps in this money management system that we've created for you, you will be out of debt in a few short years. I mean, like I said, $70,000 in debt. I needed a plan. I had to figure out how to get out. It wasn't just make more money. There's a lot more to it than that. And I've been able to put a plan together for everyone so that, you can start learning how to manage your money properly, which will eventually get you out of debt. And also you can start investing. Who doesn't want their money to make the money, right? I mean, everyone wants that at some point, but it's really hard to do that when most of your money is going towards tax, going towards interest on all of your debt. Right? So imagine how much less you would need to make every month if you had no debt, no car payment, right? No credit card payment, no loan payment, right? All these things that you're paying out the rear end from.
The nicest way possible, right?
Yeah. We're going to show you how to eliminate that stuff.
Absolutely. And then we have our branding training. So how to develop a brand, getting clear on your industry, nailing down your niche market, creating your Facebook group, cleaning up your Facebook page. And of course, there's even more here. We have all of our marketing training, how to write a perfect ad, how to do a go live, how to get organic leads. So if don't have a huge ad budget, something called a YouTube retention curve, which is the coolest thing in the world when you see like, what? Like, I didn't even know this had it. Our 1 minute blip metric strategy video. So how to make a really good 1 minute video with a good opener and a good hook and a call to action and all that sort of stuff. And then we are our marketing, setting up your business manager, setting up your accounts, how we actually target our people, how to create an ad, how to do ManyChat, how to do pin posts. Okay. Like when we show you this 5-box targeting method, literally like it's so crazy that we can find people like in a certain state with a certain age that have graduated a certain level of education, that like certain things, that go certain places, that are interested in certain things. Like this is not a coincidence that you're here. You're here because we, or Facebook and our targeting, we're like, this is the type of guy we want, or this is the type of girl that we want. Like we want people that are just like this. So we're going to teach you all that sort of stuff. And then there's Instagram, and then the sales. This is a lot of fun here. When we do the sales, man, like Adam and I, we did a lot of amazing content here on becoming a professional and straight line persuasion. This is a $3,000 training course by the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. How to share your stories, how to do, how to ask questions, how to do follow-up. It is all here for you. And it's simply by deciding that you want to learn a new skill. So let's get back to our stuff here. So let's review really quick. You have access to our community of high vibe entrepreneurs. High vibe, optimism, excitement. Good things are happening to me. I'm happy, right? Like this, that's what we're looking for. High vibe, attracting that sort of energy. Skepticism does not pay. Okay. Doubt does not pay. Calling things a scam does not pay. Calling things a pyramid scheme does not pay, right? Access to our automated sales funnels. Let the tools do the heavy lifting for you. Have the weekly masterminds. Get around people that are just like you on the exact same path, with the exact same goals, with the exact same doubts and the exact amount to lose that you do. We're all, what do they say? Light hands, or a lot of hands make light work. Access to our mastermind vault, click by click, already done for you courses and guided acceleration program. If you're the type of person that's like, hey man, I need to replace my $100,000 a year income today, then you get to the point where you can make $154,000 a year with only 2 sales a month. Imagine that, 2 sales a month, $150,000 a year. That's pretty epic. So what would you pay to have a turnkey business and training that's already done for you? So most systems online range anywhere from like $100 to $500 per month, but you won't pay that here. You get everything you've seen here for the low price of only $49.97 USD per month. And the cool thing about this is everyone that you bring into your organization, you're going to get a 30% commission on top of that. So your next step, book your discovery call. Okay. All we want is people that are open-minded. We just want to know, like, do you have what it takes? Are you willing to sacrifice and discipline yourself and do things looking long-term, play the long game? Watch the offer videos. Check it out. See our lifetime bonuses. You're either going to love it and your head's going to explode. It's the best thing you've ever seen, or it ain't. And then write down any questions. Start thinking about your future. Decide what's important to you. What's more important? This little piece of security, which Adam said you're 1 step away from poverty if you lose your job, or are you willing to go outside your comfort zone, be that leader inside of your family, and bear that burden of learning a new skill and build that income that can pass on to your kids? And then, do you align with their team goals? Do you align with us? Do you like us? Do you think we're awesome guys, right? Because we're going to work together. And you get excited. Literally, man. Like, what if this is that thing you've been waiting for your whole life? Literally, you're on the doorstep to the rest of your life. Literally, this could be that turning point, that thing you've been waiting for since you were a baby, that thing that you've always thought, dreamed, oh man, I hope one day this thing happens. This could be that thing. So get excited, because what you're going to see, it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah. So what to expect on your call. So once you book your call and you jump on with us, we want to see if you're in alignment with our company, products, and team. It's all about the right energy, right? Our goal is to make sure that we are a good fit for each other. So we value your time, and we also value our time, right? So we want to make sure that we're a good fit so that we're going to be able to train you and show you what this is all about. We'll handle any challenges you have and help you formulate a plan. So any questions that you have, we're going to be able to answer on the call. This call is meant to build the relationship between coach and mentor. Whenever you wish to get started will be up to you. So we are here to provide you information. We're not here to push a sale. We're not here to do that. When the timing is right for you, we're going to be here to help you every step of the way. You are one decision away from an entirely different life. And I want you to really let that sink in, right? I know it's scary to think about this stuff, and you're skeptical. We all were there. But what is scarier to you? Jumping all in on an incredible opportunity with like-minded people that can show you what you want to have and show you how to get there? Or are you more afraid of a year from now being in the same spot? How about 5 years from now being in the same spot, but your family and yourself are older, right? We never get our time back. So it's important for you, yes, to wait for the right time, but just remember, the longer you wait, the more time you don't have, right? It's getting wasted away. So I'm sure you're here for a reason. Hopefully that's to find an opportunity like this, and we're going to be here to help you every step of the way.
Yeah. Again, it all comes down to vibes, man. Like sometimes you walk into a room and you're like, no, I shouldn't be here. And then sometimes you walk into a room and you go, dude, this is amazing. We're looking for that amazing feeling. When you see our company, you see our products, you see our compensation plan, just make a decision. Is what you're doing now going to get you to where you want to be, or is this? That's it. And if we're a better option, then push all in and just commit. Just go for it, man. Like, there is so much that you can create in the next 2 to 5 years if you just discipline yourself and you sacrifice a little bit now for a better future.
100%.
And then we're just inviting you. You can be the top 1% of the world's population that leverage technology that they use every day to create an income online. So over the past few years, our community has transformed our collective of moms and dads and blue-collar trades workers, front-end line workers, coaches, administrative professionals into skilled and thriving entrepreneurs. So we can't wait for you to see what's on the next videos. So the only thing you need to do at this point, okay? The only thing that you need to do is book your call. That's it. Just book your discovery call. Find a time that works for you. You're going to be talking to either myself or you're going to be talking to Adam, and we're just going to get to know you. We're going to ask you some questions. What was life like? What are your goals? What's the biggest thing holding you back? What would you like to create in the next 12 months? So we just want to get to know you, find out whether we are going to mutually be a good investment for each other. And if it is, we can change the world. And if it isn't, that's okay too. But book that discovery call. Check out the offers. If you don't like it for whatever reason, just simply go in and cancel the call. We'll get the notification. No harm done, right? This isn't for everybody. But if you are one of the select few that sees what we see the potential, I'm telling you, this will be the best decision you've ever made. So other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. Is there anything that we missed, Adam?
No, I think we covered everything. And, I want to say, and, I'm sure Kevin, the same, is that thank you for your time. I know that you value your time. We value your time. So let's jump on that discovery call, book it now, see what we have to offer. Let's go over your questions and let's just see if you're a good fit. And if you are, well, buckle up for a complete change in your life, because it's an incredible journey and I'm excited to be part of yours.
Right on, guys. So go book that call. We'll see you on your call and we'll chat then. Cheers.